These are your must-have supplements: multivitamin, calcium, magnesium, essential fatty acids, vitamin C, and vitamin E. Let's go over some of those. When you take a multivitamin in, it will be totally dependent upon your need. Male, female. They also have with iron, without iron. This one here is the one we sell the most of. This one is without iron. This one, Supplement Facts are telling you 3. 3 gives you what you see here. You don't have to take 3. If you need that extra bit of energy, pop in 3. I just take 1 or 2 a day on the multivitamin. Okay? Depends on your diet, depends on your activity level for that day. Okay? So you can change it up daily. You don't have to do it the same regiment every single day when dealing with a multiple vitamin. Okay? The next thing on the list is calcium with magnesium. This is very important because absorption rates are very low when it comes to calcium and magnesium and most of the minerals. The only minerals that really absorb, in my opinion, that I've looked at, potassium absorbs very well, iodine absorbs very well, and some other ones out there. But these guys here, and when I say very well, I'm talking 90%. When you look here, you're looking at about 30% max. Most of your calcium supplements out there and your milk from your food sources, cheese, all this, we're looking down at 20-25%. So we wonder why we get these disease states called osteoporosis. This is a problem with calcium absorption. That's the whole issue, is that in general. When you look at magnesium and calcium both, we're not eating what? Greens, leafy greens. You're not eating fruits. We've got to change this up. If you have an apple a day, it keeps the doctor away. It's not a lie. It is a truth that we need to be looking at. Are we drinking sugary drinks that remove this calcium magnesium due to acidic environment? You have to buffer it out with these buffering minerals, and that would be sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium. Big boys in your health to adjust your pH. Keep putting in things that make your body acidic. You're going to be sick, and your body is going to be lacking in number 2 there, which is calcium and magnesium. That's the second thing you want to be looking at. Now, on calcium and magnesium, just to stay on it just for a second, this is a 2-to-1 ratio, so let's write that down. When you look at calcium and magnesium, this is usually a 2-to-1 ratio. So that means, let me bring this over here for you. When you look at this, you're going to be looking at, let's say you've got 1,000 calcium, then this bad boy would be 500. All right. Now the mistake is made when you take calcium magnesium, we're taking the largest amount to get up to this level here. And that's not the way to go, because you cannot absorb calcium over 500 milligrams at a time. The absorption rate plummets to like 10% if you're lucky, okay? So when you look at calcium, we want to take it throughout the day at about, on your calcium, take around 400 to 500 at a time. For absorption, that's milligram levels, of course, mgs, okay? So this would change as far as your ratio goes for different things going on in your body. Let's suppose you come in and you say, Jim, I suffer from a lot of muscle cramps. We're going to start you at a 2-to-1 ratio and maybe give you an extra magnesium, maybe with even potassium with it, depending on medications and things that you may be on. If you're on a diuretic without potassium, guess what? We're going to give you a magnesium plus potassium to help with those muscle cramps, okay? Another thing that I look at is magnesium works with sugar levels, okay? It also works with vitamin D levels, okay? So your doctor says, hey, I'm low in vitamin D. Are you taking magnesium? That's how important it is. This guy right here, I've put just a couple down there, muscle cramps, sugar, absorption of vitamin D. Magnesium has over 300 functions. It mainly works in enzyme actions in your body. But you can see that just the basic stuff that you're going to come in for, or your family member is going to come in, or one of your loved ones, they're going to have heart problems, they're going to have muscle aches, they're going to have low vitamin D. It goes on. And it goes right here to magnesium. Now, is magnesium in your multi? Yes. Is it enough? No. Calcium looks at about 1,000 milligrams. You're looking at a 2-to-1 ratio. You need at least 500. There is probably not 500 milligrams in that multivitamin to cover. Okay? Look at how important just that is. And the absorption rates for these guys runs at anywhere between, let's just be very generous. Absorption. That's it. And that's terrible. If you drink a glass of milk, which is high in calcium, it's about 30% calcium. Let's say that 8-ounce glass is 300 milligrams per 8 ounces, and that's about right. If you only get 30%, let's go to the high rate, let's say 30%, how much are you getting? That your bones and your teeth require, and enzyme actions in your body of the calcium, how much are you actually absorbing? 30%? That's only 90 milligrams. But we say, I drink a glass of milk every day. I have a milk in my cereal. Folks, the must-have list is here for a reason, okay? You cannot supplement enough of calcium magnesium because you're not eating your fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. If you are, then you can bring this level down. That's my point, is that, remember the multi? 3 a day for the one I have? Maybe you only want to take 1 because your diet is better than the other guy's diet. Okay? Your activity level is different than the other guy. So, if I have a problem with blood pressure, let's write it down. Blood pressure, BP, that's a big one. The strength of the heart is right there. The relaxation of the heart is right here, magnesium. So how many people do you know that might have just some of these? This is diabetes. This is the vitamin D level for the bones. And then immune system also. And then you have blood pressure. Big deals here. So number 2 here is really a top one, no doubt about it. Let's look down here at number 3. And this is the essential fatty acids. Now the essential fatty acids come in a variety of different ways. You can take essential fatty acids. Let's go right down to here, number 3. Let's bring it on down. You have salmon. You have herring. You have mackerel. And you have tuna. Some of you out there eat salmon every week. Some of you out there have a little bit of herring or something else, maybe some tuna. That's wonderful. What about those folks out there that I'm talking to right now that don't like fish? What are you going to do? Essential fatty acids means just that. It means that if you don't get it in, your body can't make it. So what are you going to do about it? So here's the deal. You are going to take chia. You're going to take flax. Are you going to take hemp seeds? Walnuts, and the list goes on, that have omega-3 in it. Now, the fish has converted its omega-3 into the respective EPA and DHA levels. Chia, flax, hemp, walnuts, they have not. So that is omega-3. These guys is omega-3 in the form of the actives, EPA, DHA, okay? These guys go right into hormone actions. These are actives. Think of it that way, okay? When you look at a cell, that's omega-3 sitting on there. It does nothing until it is converted into EPA and DHA. Once it does, it goes right into hormone actions. And you've seen a class here on TikTok or maybe YouTube on fish oil. I recommend you watch it because this is very important. Because remember, that E in there is essential. It's essential that you be here, let's say at 6 o'clock. What does that mean? That means if you don't respond to that essentiality, you might get fired. You might lose your job. You might lose out on something else. And in this case, what are you going to lose out on? This is your big immune system biggie. This guy is your anti-inflammatory. This guy right here, this one right here, EPA, has been implicated with depression. How many take antidepressants? Out there. EPA at 900 milligrams, if you can see that or not, 900 milligrams has been shown to help with depression. Wow, that's cool. I can't make it. How do I get it? You going to eat these? If you are, you're going to get it. Here's the problem. When you take this, all right, I need 900 milligrams for depression. I take 6,000 milligrams of omega-3. That's a symbol for omega, okay? I'm only getting a 10% conversion into EPA, if I'm lucky. That's if your liver's working properly. That is totally dependent on how much bad food you're putting in. So to supplement with chia, flax, hemp, or walnuts, or other source of omega-3s, the omega-3 sits here, remember? It's not converted. It's not in the EPA DHA form to do these actions that it needs to do as an anti-inflammatory, okay? So, what is 10% of 6,000? That's what your liver is going to convert into EPA. That's only 600. Do you see it there? For depression alone, it's 900. How much omega-3 do you have to get in? Well, it's 10% conversion rate if you eat these sources. My advice is to eat these sources for the omega-3s which sit on the cell. Are you with me? All right. That hasn't been converted. But what these guys do for you is excellent for the GI tract. Why? These are very high in fiber. And fiber and probiotics goes together, don't they? So, no problem with adding this to your diet. You want some walnuts on your oatmeal? You want some walnuts inside of possibly a yogurt or something? Go for it. That's what you want to do. You want to have, let's say, a turkey sandwich with a little cheese on it, a little mayonnaise with some Ezekiel bread. I like that bread. At any rate, and maybe a handful of walnuts on the side. Not bad, huh? What if I have a little flax inside my oatmeal in the morning or inside my yogurt? I can do that. But just remember, whatever you're taking here, it's not a large amount. You're taking a little tablespoon here and there. It's not getting close to the 6,000 milligrams that I recommended here of these guys to even get close to your EPA, because only 10%. That is why my recommendation is a fatty fish. It is already converted into EPA, DHA forms here. Okay? Now remember, going a little bit further on this, when you get into essential fatty acids, it's not only good for your brain, your eyes, your inflammation, your cholesterol, your depression, you name it, triglycerides, all that. Get the fish in. That's going to assure that you are getting large amounts of EPA, DHA. Okay? Let's move to the next one. You see number 4 here. It's vitamin C and E. Now vitamin C works in the water. This one works in the fat, the vitamin E. These are strong antioxidants. And there's other antioxidants that we can take in that actually turn these guys on. We'll talk about that in another class, okay? But vitamin C and E, what C does is boost your immune system. It has been implicated for colds and flus. Maybe, maybe not. Here's the deal. Don't worry about it. This guy is for your cardiovascular system. You should be taking this every day. This guy here, have you ever heard of scurvy? Scurvy is the lack of vitamin C, and you bleed to death. Your veins and arteries just fall apart. not a good thing. Vitamin C strengthens the arteries and your capillaries and all that. So it's excellent for that by boosting collagen production. So this is a very good thing to be taken in on a daily basis. It's also a great antihistamine source for you to take. When you go to vitamin E, that works in the fat. C is in the water as an antioxidant. E is in the fat as an antioxidant. This guy here has been implicated for cardiovascular health and other things. But this guy here and this guy here together, a pretty good thing. Now let me get to this real quick. When you go to vitamin E, I take it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the reason I do is because I eat a lot of nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds are high in the vitamin E. So I'm not too worried about getting my vitamin E. So I take it just Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I take 400 IUs. That's what I take just 3 times a week. Vitamin C, I take 1,000 every single day, no matter what. Sometimes I take 2,000 to 3,000 of vitamin C a day. Gives you nice, good energy too. Essential fatty acids, a must. Take it every day to get those fats doing these beautiful functions that they do as an anti-inflammatory. Calcium, magnesium, I take magnesium every day. Calcium I take, as a guy, I don't take as much of it. But the magnesium I take every single day, and I take about 500 milligrams of magnesium a day. On my multivitamin, I play with it. That is why, let me put this up for a second. That is why you'll see me sell these particular products here. Let me put this down here so it doesn't fall over on me. That is why you'll see me take fish oil from Barleans. Why is that? This bad boy is 3 times the absorption. This guy is equivalent in a capsule that we sell here. This guy is equivalent to 2,700 milligrams of EPA. That's really awesome. Okay, so check the back of your box that you've got, your bottle of fish oil. This is equivalent, 1 tablespoon to 2,700 milligrams. Wow, that is fantastic. I will take this calcium magnesium. This one is from Nature Sunshine. It's 400 milligrams of calcium, 200 milligrams of magnesium per serving. Okay, so you want to take, let's say, 2 a day. You're going to get that extra. If you're postmenopausal, you want to take a little bit extra. We'll talk about that when you come in. This guy here, excellent. You'll love it. That's really help with your knee pain and all kinds of stuff because calcium and magnesium is worth it. You'll love it. This guy here, going down the list, we talked about the multivitamins. The first thing, I choose a high potency because I can adjust it. 1 a day, 2 a day, 3 a day. It's up to you, okay? We can come in and talk about that. This guy is vitamin C and vitamin E. How do I take it? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 400 units. That's what I take. It's fat soluble, it stores in the body. It's got some great stuff for cardiovascular health. I want that in my system. This guy here is vitamin C. Now vitamin C is water soluble, so you take it, poof, it's gone, okay? Give it about 2 to 3 hours and it's pretty much out of the system. So what I do is I take 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening time. Okay? I hope this has been helpful. It depends on your diet on how you're going to take your supplementation. If somebody has an immune system problem, we're going to take more of this, less of that. If we have more muscle cramps, if we have sugar levels, we're going to take more of something, less of something. Not a problem. We will discuss that. We will hook you up, no problem at all. Of course, you can find all these products on hhstop.com. Come by and see us. We'll talk to you next time.